Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to our glorious nation, the somewhat socialist state of chaos. We are looking over the port of chaos over here and it's looking pretty cool. I do love the little statue, the huge statue at the mouth of the port. It's really awesome. I like it quite a lot. Oh, we're heading into winter still again. Okay, in today's episode, I think most things are kind of working. There's a lot of little bits and pieces that we can obviously always improve on. But one of the key things I need us to start working on is aluminum, or aluminium, depending on where in the world you're from. So that we can start producing our very own helicopters and planes and things like that. So at the moment we are in fact producing the bauxite, right? The bauxite. So the next step, so we've got bauxite coming in from imports, then we've got the bauxite processing plant producing bauxite, and then we've got the alumina plant that requires bauxite, coal, and chemicals. Okay, so bauxite and coal we can get right over here quite easily from this connection. Can we get coal from this connection, or does coal have to come in from this connection down at the bottom over here? I almost think coal has to do that. We can't just grab coal unless we get it straight from the processing facility, which is of course not the ideal way of setting something up. So what I was wondering is whether we can use a little area like this and set up our plant here. We should, with a bit of luck, we could maybe get something down here in terms of a walkway, an underground walkway that goes up straight under through all of this and pops in up over here. We may be able to do something like that, but I think we'll just get it going. If that doesn't work, we'll put in another bus line or something to bring in people over here. The alternative to that arrangement is that we do a completely separate setup in this area right over here. Let's quickly have a look. So these two are pretty big, right? That's pretty huge, and that one is pretty huge. I want them. Do I want them close to each other? Do I want to do aluminum over here and have that set out? Because I do want that into a storage facility. All right. So this makes sense to me over here. The aluminium plant, maybe that I move somewhere in here, maybe. It kind of makes sense, but then we'll just have to make sure that actually runs. What do we need for this? We need aluminium. Oh no, hang on. We don't necessarily need the aluminum oxide to be stored in large quantities. We're not going to start looking at exporting that. So we probably would want them all together at this point in time. Okay, so let's quickly have a look here, shall we? So what I'm kind of thinking is this one over here, and then that one over here, and we'll probably need an extra bit of a station or something over here to allow for a lot of workers to come on in. How many workers do you want? You would like 350 and you would like 370. Yeah, so I'm thinking an additional train station somewhere over here to deal with that. Alternatively, if we pop it up over here, yeah, then we don't have access to this, but we could maybe run a conveyor. But we need them pretty close to each other though. We need them pretty close to each other. We could still run a conveyor though. We could still make a conveyor work from here. Crap, it'll have to be from there. But anyway, we can still make it work. Run a conveyor from there all the way through to something that we develop in this general area, where we can then also provide an additional train station, basically, is what I'm after. We will need to be able to load, unload. Okay, so maybe somewhere in the middle there, that way, we'll be able to actually provide a loading station somewhere over here also. If I do this, yeah, I'm just trying to plan this thing out just a little bit better so that we don't run into trouble. So we should be able to do loading, unloading right over here. We can run a conveyor from the one to the other. Now the question is, the other one, do we do this one over on this side? It could work. It could work. It could in fact work if we do it, but probably this way around. Yeah, I think probably this way around. Yeah, that could work actually. That could work. Then we can have a station down here and have the two of them. Okay, let's do that. Let's start planning this thing out over here. So if we do this, we'll need chemicals, but chemicals can be dropped off by vehicle. The amount of chemicals that's being used here is so low that I think we can just drop it off by vehicle, but we will need to bring chemical distribution into this general vicinity, I think. Okay, so I think this is about the one that we're after. So I'll get it as close to the road as possible over here. We'll dig out, we'll provide a little bit of an area for this, level the terrain. Okay, then we will plop that one down. So that's our alumina plant. Now the aluminium plant will pop in somewhere over here. We'll try and put it in an appropriate spot so we can still provide the various storage areas that will be required. So if we then, let's say we slot this one in like that. If we do something like this, right? We need a road connection over here, but so of course what needs to come out of this is aluminum. And we've got a rail connection over here that is not quite connected, but we can certainly connect it up straight through there. That's not a big deal for us to do that. So we'll have to have a look at that. So if we go to our modded storage facilities, we need to go aluminium storage facilities. We will be doing no, not that one. We will be doing this this 4K one, all right? Because this is what's going to be required in order to, but I'm just thinking now our road connection is on the wrong side. That's tedious, isn't it? We might have problems with this either way though. Just thinking now our road connection is on the wrong side, and I don't necessarily want to slot in another piece over on this side. Let's see if we turn, hang on, if we turn this guy around a little. Let's just try that again. So if we say, so if I move this guy that way, what do we get? We can then probably squeeze it in on this side. Yeah, okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. That's the thing. Why are we getting, we're getting too many notifications again, but at least we can see. The problem with the electricity one is you don't get one, you get multiple electricity notifications, and it's usually just a minor dropout. Okay, so let's take that one away. Now we go over here, we grab it again. So this time around, I would like it set up like so. Yeah? Is that what we're talking about? Or do we set it up like this? The problem when you set it up like this, it's the longest route for the for those guys. So if we could set it up this way, to be honest, setting it up this way might be the most appropriate thing to do actually, now that I think about it, because then we can have a loading facility on this long stretch over here, and we're pretty close by to providing the other connection, and we've got the road connection where we want it to be. Okay, so let's move it away a little bit. We should still have more than sufficient room for the passenger rail station. So if we do that instead, now we go back into the modded storage facilities, the 4K one. Excellent. This is what I'm after. I think that is exactly what is exactly right. And it will also allow us to have a little bit of a run up into this area. Should be able to get, yeah, perfect. Let's do this. This is what I'm after. This one will pop out on this side. This needs a few things, but nothing too substantial over there, so that's okay. So with that in mind, let's get our standard moving facilities in place over here. So we need a dry bulk storage facility with this station, with the bits and pieces. So if I place this all the way up here, I think that's going to be quite probably quite appropriate. How much does this store? It stores 517 tons of alumina. I think that's going to be just fine. I want to get it out of the way just a tad. So if I do something like this, right, if we do that, and then what we'll do, pretty keen on running that. Ooh, the problem with this though, hang on. Do we need to drop off anything over here? Let's just have a quick look before we get too far in there. Just have another look at this. We only need chemicals in there, and that's a very low rate of chemicals. I don't need a chemical facility connected to this, or a chemical storage connected to this, I think, because that's such a low rate. A truckload of chemicals every third day is about what we're going to need here, right? And we still have a 10-ton storage internally, which allows us 4 days worth of processing. I don't think we're going to need that storage. That's fine. I'm comfortable to go without it. If I have to rejig it later to make it work better, I'll do it. But for the time being, I'd rather have these clean lines over here. Man, look at this. Look at this. That's a pretty clean line right over there. So let's set that one up. Now, what I don't seem to have going for me is this one. Is that working? Can we find something that's a little bit more appropriate? There we go. So there's our dry bulk system. We'll need some roads to come in here, but I'm pretty sure we can get the various roads in here. Actually, a run through of roads on this side. Actually, even tying in over here might not be a bad idea. The right in, right out kind of variety. Wondering about a little turn off on that side, but we'll see about that. Now let's quickly get the other conveyor to come on to run out this way. So what I'm keen on doing is actually tying in with this one. Right, you're not. Why are you not tying in? Oh yeah, there we go. How far away can you go? So if we do something like that, we will have power. Comfortable with that. That is tying it in from the right spot there, so we'll get both of the things that we're after. Now, what I need to do is I need to bring this. Oop, we can actually run it in. That's pretty cool. If we do that. And we try and run this. Do I need to drop that? I might need to drop that though. Where are we heading off to? That's quite a distance. It'll cost us a fair bit of money to do that. Cost us a fair bit of money to run up here, over that way basically. That's kind of what I'm after here. And I'm not sure I'm going to be able to clear this roadway. So we will at some point have to clear this roadway. Yeah, this roadway is going to be problematic for us. I'm just thinking about that now. Thinking out loud. This thing is going to be a very expensive conveyor. But I'm not against buying very expensive stuff. We've got a fair bit of money. I'm not against the expensive stuff right now. And then are we running that up there? There's a lot to cross. That's the problem. If we run it all the way over here and up here, there's not as much to cross, but we still need to cross that section. I'm tempted to just run it straight up this section, try and cross these as best we can, and then run it up there. I think that's the plan. That is the plan. So how come this doesn't want to work? Really, you're just never gonna. We probably need to get that pretty close. Come on. Oh man, look at all of these that needs to be crossed here. All of these rails. Crossing those rails are going to be a problem. We might have to end up running up here though. I think actually, and that might not be a bad idea. We can tie in. We can try and cross well, crossing that diagonally will be a massive problem. Okay, so that's a bit of a challenge. It's going to be expensive. This is going to be an expensive piece of infrastructure. But instead of running yet another train to deal with it, I think this is the appropriate response for us, and we've got the money, so we might as well do it. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to get rid of this piece of pipe, because this pipe is causing us a little bit of a headache. So let's do that. Let me drop that pipe down. Why is that such a massive? Why is that one so much higher? Look at that. Let's just well, it doesn't even have to be in the air actually. Let's just make this whole thing. Just make it as tight as possible, and we'll tie it in over there. Now, if I do this. Let's get that section built so we continue to produce. I think that's fine. That went over the top there. That makes a lot of sense. Now, going back to our conveyor section. Now we should be able to run this really comfortably for how long? Yeah, now this road is becoming a bit of a challenge, but oh, and we can't, of course, have it. We need to have it on this side of the road. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to also get rid of this road, and we'll squeeze the road in again afterwards, because these guys are so problematic. Is that the absolute length you're gonna take? Well, if that's the case, I may as well grab me one of those modded conveyor pipe engines that crosses the road. This is a road crossing, yes. So we'll do a road crossing over here. Where are you getting your input from? That's not going to be a requirement. And we may have to do a bit of a... We'll see. This should be quite a workable... Let me just move this so that I'm very clear. I want the road to be pretty straight, actually. There we go. That's the one. Get our roads back and connected. Pay for that. I'm going to go ahead and pay for this just to make sure our road isn't problematic. But I believe that should be fine. Now I can go ahead and get the rest of the planning all sorted out. We'll get this conveyor to move in over here. Now, the next one. Are we running up here? I don't think we're going to cross over here, right? The over rail connection. If we run it to the other side here, we should be able to find something that works over here, right? No? And then where is that going to go? Up here. Yeah, it's going to be too problematic through here, I think. I would imagine the run up here might be better, but crossing that piece is going to be challenged. Can you believe we're having such an issue? I'll commission that section as well. Oh, some of this probably then already under construction. Oh yeah, not so much in the planning space anymore. Okay, well that's fine. We need to find a way we can run this up here. So let's go with the modded conveyor pieces quickly. So what are we after? What is our widest one? There's a 3-rail crossing, a road and 2-rail crossing. What is this one? Conveyor, road and rail crossing, 1 track. So this is our 3-rail crossing. But yeah, we have more than 3 rails to cross. We have like 4 rails in there. We don't have a 4-rail crossing? 4-rail crossing could have been interesting in this location. Yeah, that's not going to work. This is not going to work. We'll have to find... Do we have the high... We've got the high ones, right? So if we do... Stuff's being unloaded here and it's in the tons. So definitely don't want to be moving these things around every now and again. So if we have a little quick look, I should definitely be able to run it up here, which is not quite the plan that it used to be, but I think that's okay. This side would have been problematic equally as, ooh, look at that. Yes, no, maybe I believe this thing that I'm using here keeps it quite high. So we should be able to provide it with a bit of a path connection right over there. So if I do this, why is it going straight into the building mode? Probably like that. Excellent. I think that is starting to become quite useful. Can we cross it here? Can we cross it somewhere? Oh, that's too close. That one's too close. Let's trim that one back out. That's too close to cross over there. That's probably part of our problem there. And we need to cross it at the more acute angle, I think. Wow, okay. Well, the conveyor engines themselves aren't the big ticket items, though. This one's not, oh, we don't have power out here, though. This could be quite problematic to get it through here. Ah, what we do have is we do have the 2 rail crossing, right? 1 track, 2 track. There we go. We've got this one. We certainly have this one that we can use right over here. Make things difficult. Make things very difficult. Let's do it. This is quite a substantial piece that we're doing here, right? So let's just make sure that we've got it actually working. Okay, so going back, give me that mod. Yeah, not sure. Yeah, you guys are comfortable to tell me, and please go ahead and tell me whether you believe this is a bit of a waste of time and you don't want to see all of this, or whether you are quite comfortable with it. We want to see how we ultimately resolve this issue. Now, getting these guys back is a bit of a challenge, I think. Let's just make sure this has to go in straight away. That's not too bad. I don't think that's too bad. Let's pay for those sections. Let's definitely pay for this one ASAP, so that we make sure that one gets up and running straight away. Now, the challenge we're going to have is still going to be to cross this bad boy. So let's quickly have another look here. Modded this guy. Yeah, we can't actually get it to cross there. Now, my question is, if I do this and I do there was something. It worked. It worked. Do that and finish that one off right there. Look at that. There we go. So there is our conveyor. It is a challenging long conveyor system. In need of multiple access pieces. So let's quickly start bringing some road connections through here. I mean, just this general connection is not a bad idea in any case. That one is being built, but of course we wouldn't want that to go missing at some point. So let's build those sections of road. That's excellent. We need some power out over here. That is now should now be working. That's constructed. This needs some connections. So let's see what we can do. Honestly, you're gonna tell me that it's not a feasible connection? Why? Really? Is it that problematic? How is this too steep? Oh, it is pretty steep actually. Okay, well let's trim that back then. This one, can this one work? That one can work. Okay, go ahead, pay for that. Well then we'll just have to run it in on this side, right? Look at that. Can even do that. Makes a kind of a sensible little option over there. So that one will work. We'll be able to tie these in. Right over there, right over there. I'm thinking to make this fairly realistic, what we'll need to do is probably have a little bit of a something like that. Go ahead, pay for that. Grab us these guys and we'll connect them up. Yeah, now we can do that again, which used to be a bit of a problem. We'll pay for those, so those can start being built. This can be built. This is being built. Excellent. That's great. But what I'm missing out on is my actual connection here. Oh crap! And now I've dropped the pipe, and this guy isn't going to work. And we've already started with this construction. That's a big challenge for us. That's a big challenge for us. This is underway. All of that's working. Wow, this has already been built. These guys are pretty good. This is coming along quite nicely. Awaiting asphalt now. I'll go ahead and pay for that just to make sure we get the rest of this going. And this one I'll pay for, and we'll leave it as is without any proper connectivity. That's really unfortunate. And I can't connect this. Nowhere. Oh, man. Is it the pipe? It's that thing. These are so temperamental. If I added just one tick back, it would have been working. But anyway, that's that. It is what it is. I'm gonna let this guy go ahead and continue the construction. So now we've got this input, we've got that input, we've got this one coming out. We need chemicals to be dropped off at both of these actually. So what does this chemical requirement look like? This one has a 2.5 tons per day also. We have them on different sides of the railway, so they won't, well, we'll just have to connect them directly to their various spots. So if I have a look here, I can provide this one with some access. Okay. Okay, before I do too much of this, let's quickly run in the, oh, these still need some connections. Let's quickly do the rail connection that we're going to need over here. So I'm tempted to just shoot this one straight out on this side. And what we'll do is I'm going to get rid of that guy. And directly outside of this intersection, I'm going to start doing a tie-off. Like so. We'll run it in a little bit like this. We'll get a couple of blocks over here, so that kind of acts jointly with this one, and then pretty aggressive. It's not that aggressive. I think that's going to be just fine. This one can tie in a little quicker. This is too steep. That's fine, that's what we're going to do. There we go. I'll go ahead and pay for that, just so that we don't crisscross it too much with the road. That's a fair enough section there. Gonna go ahead and pay for that little section. We will get ourselves a bit of a chain going on over here and there, and a block on the other side there. Clear this one out. Yeah, that's fine. That's gonna be fine. Need another little block right up there, so we've got room to store at least one large train in there waiting straight out of that intersection. Okay, that's fine. Let's get back to our development of our road network. I'm tempted to cross the rail over here actually. Yes, no, maybe he doesn't want to do it at all. Can we cross? Oh, we can cross something here. Look, it's not going to be pretty, but it'll work. There we go. I'm happy with that. This one's still not got a connection. Quite comfortable to tie this down in there. There we go, and we should be able to do that. That's fine. What I'll do now, actually, well, let's keep going on the planning, and then we'll fix it later. We'll have a connection in there. We'll have a connection in there. Now the question is, do we just go ahead and do? Doesn't wanna. It eventually becomes a workable option. You know what? You know what? I'm just thinking. You know what? I'm just thinking. Can we do this? We can do that. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. There we go. Run it all the way to there. Perfect. Now let's hug this railway line. No, come on. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of that. Okay, we're gonna try this again. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. That's our road network through here. Of course, we will need. I'm pretty tempted to just run it down here. Like so. There we go. That's our stuff. We can put some parking and bus stops and stuff over here. That is good. Pay for the road network. So now we've got a through connection through here on that direction, right? What we don't have is a connection to that side. We'll have to keep an eye out and look for that. Anyway, there we go. Vehicles are immediately running through there, which is I didn't necessarily think these guys are doing a big use case. Where are you heading to? You are picking up. Oh, you are going back to your construction office. Okay, that's a little bit interesting. Interesting that that's seen as the shortest path though. Okay, that's fine. All this construction can quite comfortably go underway. What we need to do here is provide ourselves with a bit of a train station. So let's go with a modded platform station kind of thing over here. Modded. And because it's going to be side of the line, I'm kind of wondering about doing a little something like this maybe. I can't go too far away from that guy. Need to bear in mind that I can't go too far away from it. Oh man, we're going to have to provide access directly into it. So I don't want to go too far away from it. What is our distance looking like is my question. This one's going to be fine. Just want to make sure that we don't get too nuts. Okay, tying back in straight away. It's probably not the end of the world, so it's okay. So I think, well, on the other hand, we won't be able to do proper access points on that one. So let's just do this one. Okay, yeah, that's going to be the one. That is going to have to be the one. Now, let's quickly tie that in. It's a little bit of a thinking process, actually. So if we wanted to tie this guy in all the way over here, can we tie this fellow in like so? We can, in fact, do that. So that's pretty cool. Now, I just want to make sure that we've got a bit of a run-up over here. I like doing this because it looks a little cleaner with regards to the rail network at least. So if we do, we've got pretty long trains here, so if we do something like that, then we can go ahead and tie that one in there, and I would also like to just do that. Yes, there we go. So straight through over there, that's going to be pretty good. Was that a decent, no, that's not the right connection actually. Let's just trim that back out. That's not actually working the way it should be working. It's probably going to need to do that. So it's stagger it out like that. That's going to be pretty cool. Going back into the line over there, that's going to be just fine. I'm going to go ahead, hit the pay button for this stuff. We'll get our chains in here. That is going to be just fine. We'll grab ourselves an additional chain right over there, go through. I probably can get rid of this guy now. That guy's not going to be that useful anymore, so this thing is getting way more complex. We'll provide a little bit of a stoppage over there. We'll have to have a clearance somewhere over here for these guys. Well, we'll see. We'll leave it as is like that for now. We'll provide an extra, come on, output over there, and this doesn't have to be a chain actually. It'll unlikely that that'll be blocked up. So anyway, there we go. That's going to work right like so. Now we need to provide some pathways over here. So let's quickly do it. Oh, look at that, 95,000, 5,000 people requiring homes. Going to need to expand our home facilities shortly. Look at this. We are building this conveyor with gusto. Look at it. Look at it. I mean, I haven't paid for much along this conveyor, and we are popping it up like crazy. And these buildings are probably underway as well. They are. Can I bring in our hillies? Come on, guys. Why are you suggesting you can't do that? Come on. Get the hillies, bring them in, bring them in. Electricity problems, which is not ideal. Bring the hillies into these as well. Oh, we've got a single guy working on this, so let's just make sure we get everybody up and running over there. Bring in the hillies. Probably this one can go by itself. Here we go, stuff is coming in strong. Now let's just make sure we finish off this little section with our pedestrians. So I would like a pedestrian. Now, this doesn't need one. I'm trying to get this up there as quickly as possible. Something like that. It's not going to be, I don't think it's the, okay, let's just go underground. Let's see how that goes. That's not too bad. That'll work. I'm going to go ahead and pay for those sections. This is the boring stuff in my mind. Building the big stuff is quite interesting and feasible. But this will be the boring stuff for the most part. Let's pay for that. Pay for that, yep. And connect that up over here. Pay like so. This guy can go straight in over there. We'll pay for that. That's good. Now we can't get this connected up here. I like that. It kind of tweaks things out a little bit. We'll do something like that. We'll pay for that. So at least there is connection over here should you need a firefighting assistance. But anyway, we've got the firefighting helicopters that should be... Actually, that is pretty useful. We've got firefighting helicopters that should be able to deal with that pretty comfortably. What is our rate of producing these things these days? Is it pretty good? Anyway, that's construction is underway. The question is it doing so in a quick and effective manner? Got lots of people working out over here. We've got all the various bits and pieces. We need way more concrete and gravel to be delivered. What are you delivering for me? Concrete, excellent. We're going to run out of gravel. I believe this is what you're bringing in, right? Oh, more concrete. Interesting. Nice. I do like it. It just helps things along a little bit. What are you doing? Constructing. Everybody's... Wow, it's a bus full of people. Nice. I like it. I like it. That construction is awesome. Okay, let's leave these guys to their devices for a little while and see how that goes. But I'm quite comfortable. We're going to need power in this little section right over here. I'm going to leave it as is just for the time being, and we're going to quickly head into constructing a few more little bits and pieces over here. So we've got a road connection, underground connection over here. So I'm really keen on starting the development of an additional section of town over here. So let's quickly go, because we need there's a lot of people that need some place to go and live. So let's grab our standard large shopping, actually no, we've got a better large shopping center, this one. These are pretty similar. Yeah, they're similar. So just for a little bit of variation, let's quickly do that. I'm comfortable to place this over here. I don't have power for it, but power is available right over this section here. So I'm quite comfortable with that. Where's the other shop? The other shop is over here. That's fine. I'm happy with that shop right there. Oh, you know what's problematic with this one? It's only got the single drop-off point. So we will need some sort of storage that takes both the other two. So that's why this isn't great. That's why I'd rather do something slightly different. What is the other commercial? I want one that can service a fair number of customers, actually. 175 seems to be our biggest one here. So I can try this one. Oh, but this one doesn't actually do everything we need. This one does everything we need and does about 140. So what I can do is I can do multiple of these, basically. That seems to be the correct approach. Let's just get that out of the way. $140, 12, 15 tons. That's probably the right one right over there. Oh, you know what? Let's just do the big one. I'm quite comfortable to set it in somewhere like that. Let's do the big one over there. Like so, that's okay, that road network over there. So that one's going to be fine. Now we're going to need some storage in there. So let's go and grab our various storages. We need the cold storage on the one side. Okay, so we'll do that, cold storage on the one side, and we're going to need the other small storage on the other side. Let's just make sure to do a little bit of this. Oh, actually, that might be the right way of doing it. You know, before we do that, let's get the actual cargo loading, unloading station in there. That's the most important piece. Okay, and then we'll do the other storage. Grab the other storage. I know there's a button I can get rid of that thing, but I don't know what it is. I want to have it as tight as possible. So if we do that, there we go. There's our new shopping complex over here. And of course, what I'll need to do is provide some access points. We'll do that. I'll pay for that. We'll pay for this section. I don't want our guys to be bothering with that too much. We need to provide an access point over here somewhere, but we may be able to do that alongside some other stuff that we need to build. So what I'm going to try and do is let's try and get... the question is, I don't want to tie into this road over here just yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over there and tie it in something like this. Let's just try and do that one more time with a little bit. There we go, something like that. I'm quite comfortable with that. Let's leave it as is, and this is going to be our little shopping complex. So this is the kind of back of house area, back of house in most developments, you would see. So that's all pretty good, but because this guy is going to run out of capacity very quickly. I mean, look at that, look at that. We're constantly not providing people with stuff because they're running out. So another big one over here is pretty good. Now, what I'm going to do is let's grab a few residential buildings, some of the big ones. And we probably can start looking into yet another rail station somewhere over here. That's kind of the plan. Let's just get a few big ones going over here. 552s, a couple of 552s maybe. How does this guy look? These are, I haven't used these in quite a while actually. How big are they? They're 368. They're not as big. These are 368 as well. The 552s are a little problematic in my view. They can get a little big. I think 500 people is a little bit challenging, but the question is, do we just build more of these? I'm quite happy with these guys. And if we're going to build another rail station over here, I'm quite comfortable for these to be running out at quite a rate over here. Yeah, the other problem that we have is heating. We need to make sure that our heating is, in fact, maintains what we need to do over here. So we can't go too big. What about these guys? But a few of these can be quite interesting. A little bit of a square look is not the end of the world, I think. So if we do, I'll set it back a little bit from the line, from the main line, from the road, I mean, main line. Let's do that. And that's a little closer than I'm comfortable with. I'm going to do another. Actually, let's just run the one side and get it done. Okay, so something like that. And like so, there we go. That's a tight little setup over there. So now let's just make sure we run a proper road through here. Yes, that is going to work a treat. So I'm quite comfortable with that. And then what we can do is we can run it out over here. And we could actually tie it in on that side. We could do that, or we could run this thing straight through here and tie it in. Let's just leave it as like so. So I'll go ahead and build that section. So we've got our road connections here doing their thing. I definitely want to make sure that we provide, come on. Oh, it's an access point. Oh crap, I didn't actually realize that. Can we run something through here? Ooh, we could. We could run something through there. It won't be able to tie it in, but we should be able to tie in pretty close by though. So doing that is pretty cool. So what we'll do is we'll tie in over there and over here again with that crap. Now this, oh, we can actually tie this in over here. And then tie that in up there. Nice. So that will quite nicely work. We'll make sure to tie that one in over here. Well, let's tie in all of these guys. There we go. Pay for all of that. Get that up and running. Now this construction will be able to do its thing. Okay, we're into the last kind of 10 minutes of the episode. I'll leave this be for now. That's going to be a pretty substantial increase in stuff, and we'll need a bunch of other stuff to deal with the requirements for these guys. But that's our next expansion. I'm also pretty keen to start a new tourist area somewhere over here, maybe on the side of the hill. So where these planes can go in. That little lakeside piece over there is pretty good too. This I haven't actually commissioned this, even though it's been built. I haven't actually commissioned it, but that's one of the next things that needs to be done as well. There's so many little things, and these guys are underway. Now, what I was thinking is this construction is going to take us ages, and I don't necessarily want us to be stuck with this for the time being. So I'd rather I'm going to pay for these bits and pieces so that we can get it up and running. These sections are being constructed, right? No, this is not being constructed. Oh, that's probably still busy then. No, it's not. Oh, these don't work. I'll have to pay for these because it's in between those. That's the problem with these guys. They can't actually construct. The vehicles don't seem to go to those to get them. Similar over here, you can see same things happened over here. That's a bit of a bummer. Let's go ahead and pay for those because we can't actually get stuff in here. Can we? We can't get the helis to do it actually. Okay. Okay, well, it's next time. We could get the helis to do it. Okay, that's awesome. This is underway. A fair bit of stuff's already here. Let's just finish that piece off. These guys are slowly moving. We're still missing resources over here. I'm not going to wait for all of this. Okay, we'll let them run a little while longer there, but I would like to set it up so we can make a start on these things. That's fine. Pay for this one. I need to bring in power over here. So where is our closest power and how tapped is it at the moment? And this is where I so love this. This isn't powered. We've got, where's the power coming from over here? Oh, there it is. It's running through there, and that's pretty good actually. It's still all green. So what is this using? Only 0.4. We could split off and do another section right over here, but these will require a fair bit. Could we split off? I don't think we can split off on this side, to be honest. Where can we? That one is getting pretty busy. I'm wondering whether we provide an additional high voltage power line up here. I'm not opposed to it. I'm not opposed to it. An additional high voltage power line. We've got some roads right over here. Let's do that. So we'll keep everything going. We'll go with why have we stopped production on some stuff? Okay, I'm not checking it all the time though. Power transformers. So I want a pass through that's going to give me a little bit pass through. No. I'm actually looking for something more along these lines, actually, right over here. So I can split off a high voltage section. Okay, well, let's do that. I'm comfortable to kind of slot something like this in right over here. Okay, let's do that. I'm going to go ahead and give it a... Come on. What the hell? Okay, fine. Do that. There we go. Pay for that. So there we go. We've got that underway. Let's build this one. Okay, so now I'm going to quickly pause the game while I do this. Let's delete that guy. That's perfect. We're going to grab the big guys. We're going to run you in there. We're going to run you that way. I'm going to go ahead and pay for that so we can get that right up and running yet again. So we've got about 5 megawatts running through here as part of our 18. But yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on this. So I just want a low voltage one to run through here, like a 6. Let's do an 8. The 8 looks a little bit nicer. That's a sensible one. Oh, all of these needs power actually. Okay. All of these need power. Okay, that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, well, in that case, let's get another split off over here. Modded ones. I'm after probably something like this, where we maintain our pass-through. It's about the smallest we can do, right? Anyway, what we'll do is we'll bring this a little closer over here. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to provide us with what we need in this location. We'll do one of them over here, and what we'll do is we'll do another one, but this one with the impasse at the end of the line, basically, and we'll do that where? Yeah, I think right over here is going to give us what we need. Something like that. That's our connection. Let's make sure we get some construction out to it. That's good. I'm paying for that piece, by the way. What we'll do is we'll get this one up here. Okay, we're paying for that. We're just doing this left in, left, right in, right out sections over here. Okay, now I can go ahead and finish off the power. Let's get that power connected quickly. The big guys. We're using the 8 megawatts. Run the 8 megawatt over there. There we go. Go ahead, pay for that. So now we've got power running up here, I believe. Oh, not quite. We need to build these. I'll go ahead and pay for them. Look at that. Our money doesn't even take a hit with these kind of things. Major infrastructure operations over here. Okay, so now we've got a little bit, an extra line of power running in, which is good. All done. Nice. Okay, now I need to provide these guys with some power distribution. So let's just go back to our modded pieces. We do power substation. So that's not powered. No, that is powered. These are not powered. So let's see how many of these we can in fact power. And we can't actually power all the way over there. So we'll have to do a couple. So let's do one over here, and we'll do that's fine. We'll do another one somewhere over here. I believe that should cover most of the stuff. So now we can just run, and these are pretty low requirements. So I'll just not go with a big one. I'll go with these guys. Okay, so let's run this alongside the road here, across the tracks. We'll do that. That's going to be fine. This one will do. do that. So now these will all be powered. As soon as I build these guys, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Oh, immediately starting to move some product, which is an interesting piece to say the least. Let's build that one. These connections haven't actually been moving, have they? Build that just to make sure there's more firefighter access here. This isn't going to work. Fine, just do that. Not quite the plan. There we go. So that should be okay. Now I just need some power over here. So this guy has probably started getting some stuff in here. Oh, is it bringing in the gravel? No, I was just thinking that would be weird. This is built. Nice. So a few of these things I've not actually built myself. Now we need a few power places. Actually, we could have run. It's okay. It's okay. It's not going to be the end of the world now. Let's okay, so for the time being, I'll probably have to run a couple of them. So let's just do 2 of them for the time being over here and see how that works. So if I do that, should be able to make these work. Let's quickly do that. I'm gonna. Ooh, it's the end of the episode, really. Let me quickly finish this off. Then I'm gonna set up the construction for that. So I'm gonna grab one from over here, one from over there. I'm gonna go ahead and pay for those. Build, nice, and excellent, all built. So now power is available over here for all of this. This is wow, this is moving along really nicely actually. Look at that, more than halfway through. This one still has a little bit more time to go. Yeah, no, I think let me go ahead and finish these off. No mechanisms, things have stopped. Let's pay for that, see how that goes. So now this will all be finished. That means our stuff is ready to go. How's our population doing? Oh, pretty good, pretty good. We've got some escapes, which is not surprising considering where we're at with regards to some of these things. That construction is in fact underway, right? I've paid for it, so it's slowly finishing that off. How's these things going over here? Have we started seeing some construction happening? Very limited amounts. Very limited amounts. Yeah, lots of workers rushing in here with very little in the line of for them to do at this point. Anyway, we are progressing quite nicely. These things, wow, even paying for it takes ages to get it done. There we go, aluminum plant ready to go, filled up with bauxite. Now, can we also fill it up with coal? Do we have coal? We do not. We've got iron, we've got bauxite, but we don't have coal. Where does our coal go to? Am I still exporting coal from here? Let's quickly have a look at our ships. We've got a coal. Why? This is the one. Definitely want to remove that. We're just going to bring this in. And we're not going to... we're just going to load it. There we go. Hopefully, that'll sort things out a little bit. That will sort things out a little bit. I'm hoping that'll sort things out a little bit. So we can bring in coal and the coal actually starts stockpiling over here. That's good. This is done. Nice. We need aluminum oxide. Okay, so the things we need additionally, and I'm a bit concerned, yeah, we won't actually be able to get chemicals. Where is our closest supply of chemicals? We could bring chemicals in here. The idea was always that we bring a chemical drop off in here, maybe, and then we can basically truck it up here instead. or we could drop off chemicals up here somewhere, though I don't think that's going to really work the way I would like it to work. So that's a little bit of my concern. So these are powered, we're just missing workers and resources. Ironic, missing workers and resources, but we will need chemicals to come on in. Okay, so guys, I think that's going to be the end of it. I'm not going to set all of that up now. I might set all of that up in between episodes and then show you our aluminum plant in effect in the next, or aluminum production in effect in the next episode. I think that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to have workers come on in over here, and we're going to have this providing us with aluminum. That's going to go over here this way and provide us with the stuff that we need to go and build airplanes. There we go, guys. I am quite happy with that. In a snowy, somewhat Soviet state of chaos, we have added yet another massive resource manufacturing component to the city or to the nation. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked it, please hit that like button. Leave your comments down below, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye!